Hey everybody, Sean J here. So today we are going to be doing our podcast live on site from a coffee truck. So many of you have heard of food trucks, but have you heard of coffee trucks? I'm sure you have, but we're going to be here. We're in the Indialantic, kind of the county area of Indialantic, just north of Indialantic. And we're going to be doing a little podcast from here, get them some coverage. You can see them in the background over here. Um, and we'll see what we got going on. And we'll just continue with the podcast and talk about different things, get some exposure. And we'll even do a little taste of the coffee to see how it is. This is Dark Aroma Coffee is the name of it. And as you can see, we already have some customers here. They got some nice tables set up so that you can see where their customers can chill out while they're having their coffee. We're right on A1A, so it does get kind of busy on the roadway, but there is plenty of parking, so not even a concern. So what you do basically is you come down A1A, come from O'Galley Boulevard. If you're coming from that direction, you go down to Boskin Road. If you look for the Doubletree or something of that nature, it's a little bit south of that. Just keep coming on down. You'll see the golf carts. The golf cart guy has their product here, or the Cart Guys is the name of the company. Right there, you see it on the billboard. So that's the marquee, if you will, of where this coffee truck is located. Dark Aroma Coffee, or the owner's boyfriend, is going to be talking to us as well. And he has some super cool products, and we'll have him come up and talk about it as well. You can see the truck in the background right here. Super cool, great location. You know what? If you're coming up to A1A in this general area, and you're looking to maybe have a coffee before work or something like that, if you live in the neighborhood, then I suggest you pop on up here. So I'll do a quick intro here. So, hey, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you got going on here, because you got some really cool stuff. And I saw you working the other day on it. You were doing a hat. You were painting a hat or something, if I remember correct. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just the maintenance guy. Um, Allison's my girlfriend. She owns Dark Aroma Coffee, and I have a surf and skate clothing line called Innate Surf. And a lot of times we decorate the hats by hand. There are a lot of custom hats that we do. So she allows me to have my clothing out on sunnier days than it is today. And we kind of just work together. So we got some cool T-shirts and some cool accessories
Very good.
and really good coffee. So like I make her hats, the
There you
Dark
go.
Aroma hats. And this is my company, Innate Surf. Every letter of the word innate, which means instinct, is in the logo. So you'll see these shirts out here when you come. And this is one of the characters on the Innate line that we have. And real quick, I just want to show you, there's a gentleman who drives by every day. His name is Steve.
Okay.
And Steve happens to have some interesting stories. Turns out he's a legend in skateboarding. So he had a company called Woodflow back in the 70s. So with my contacts, we made him some stuff, and we'll be selling these hats out here as well.
Perfect. So let me real quick. How did you get started in the art stuff, and how did you really get going in that?
Well, the clothing thing was something, it seemed second nature to growing up surfing in New Jersey. I had a friend, Brad, who started printing his own T-shirts, and our surf team it was called Innate, which was the word I learned in high school,
Okay.
and it meant instinct. And the teacher said it, and I had her write it down. I said, "Wait, what is that?"
Yeah.
And it just sounded cool to me, and I wrote it out, and it looked cool. So we started calling ourselves the Innate Surf Team. We entered surf contests and did different things. And with my buddy Brad's experience printing T-shirts, I started printing Innate shirts back in early 2000s,
Oh wow.
like
Okay.
2000. And yeah, it just grew from there. And we had a presence in the surf industry in New Jersey around 2009. And then I just kind of let it fall to the wayside. So with the birth of the coffee truck, I started printing T-shirts again. And when I started printing T-shirts, this is before. Now everybody has a clothing line.
Right.
Nobody did it. It was very rare. When I told people back then I had a clothing line, they were like, "Really?" But now everybody does. So I brought it back, and we sell it here at Dark Aroma Coffee.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, I'm going to sit over here. I'm going to grab a coffee here shortly, and we'll let our viewers kind of check you out here online. All right.
Enjoy.
All right. Cool.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, guys. There you have it. So kind of a neat little bonus section there, where we were able to meet with the owner's boyfriend, and he could talk to us about his clothing line and what he's doing. Perfect as far as what he's doing, because he's doing it in a surfing line, which obviously we're right here on the beach, right across the street from the ocean. It's perfect. So small businesses are so important in our community because they bring so much to the area. You know, having that local spot, that place you can go to that always has something ready for you. Like sometimes, you know, you can even walk in or come up and boom, your product or whatever it is that you're getting, your service, your coffee, in this case coffee, it's already probably waiting for you when you pull up, because if they see you and you're a regular, that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to probably have your coffee ready for you. You just pull up, grab it, go. um, Stop by in the morning though, stop by in the evening, stop by on the weekends. These guys are always here. I actually came across them because I was going for my walk. I usually walk by this area, and spoke with them about doing my podcast from here, and they were more than willing to help. So, anyhow, I'm going to run up here. You guys can watch. I'm going to run up and I'll take my mic here and walk up there and grab a coffee. All right, guys, come with me as I do the order. Hey, Allison, I am. I would like just let's see. Do you have like a regular? Was that Americano? Is that what that would be? I'll do Americano with cream and sugar. That'll work. Okay. Hot, small. So as you know, I'm doing my podcast from your coffee truck. I was watching you online. You got some great content. You don't even need anything from me. But what I'll do is I'll give you the copies of the content, and that way you can use it however you want. If you want to use it, great. If you don't, no big deal. All right. So what's the damage? No, I got to support local business. Oh. Oh, the prices will beat any coffee shop. So that's a bonus right off the bat. I mean, a regular small coffee, $3, large is $4. Are you kidding me? They're double that in any other place. So the prices are right on. If you guys are looking for the right price, this is it right here. So, anyhow, very important. And they're brewing it fresh. It's not like it's, you know, out of a little decanter thing. They're actually brewing it right now, getting it ready. So come on, you can't beat that. It's going to be super fresh. Looking forward to it. Never tried one of their coffees, so this is the first time I'll be trying it. They have craft coffees, handshaken or brewed hot, 16 ounces, your choice of milk, espressos, looks like tropical, lattes, Americanos, cappuccinos, cortados, chai teas, hot cocoa, Vietnamese, iced coffee, and then their syrups that they use are vanilla, caramel, lavender, orange, honey, brown sugar. So that is a very good menu. And looks like they got mini empanadas. You can get two of them for $8.50. Brownies are $5. Small bites rotate through the month. All small bites are made fresh by Ritzy Table. So I'm not sure what Ritzy Table is. It's obviously probably another local business that maybe I'll do a bonus podcast, on-site podcast from that place as well. Tip.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. How long you guys been here?
So Allison's been here since September.
September,
She was
okay.
in a pop-up tent, and I was at home in the driveway working on renovating the truck.
Ah, all right. I saw the pictures from that. You guys have that online. I guess she posted the construction of the truck here.
Yeah, so the truck's been out here a couple months now, and it's really
Okay.
helped drive business.
Yeah, I mean, it's legit. So, you know, works out perfect. I love it, man.
Thank you.
It's good, and you repurposed it, so that's even better. All right, so we wrapped up our podcast from the on-site location of Dark Aroma Coffee in Indialantic. I still have their coffee left. It's good. I'm going to try it again, or I'll get it again. I highly recommend everybody go there and check them out. Give that small business a little boost. At least give them a try. You never know. You might find a favorite spot. But as you know, I'm a realtor, and trying to look at small businesses and how they affect the community is something pretty important that real estate agents usually look into. And in this case, this small business, the Dark Aroma Coffee coffee truck, it provides a great spot for the local community setup that's behind the actual business. You know, they can walk up, the community members can walk up, sit at one of the benches there, they can meet their neighbors and kind of get a new place to hang out. And when doing that, it builds a strong community personality, if you will. And as a real estate agent, that's something we kind of look at. We need those small businesses to build that type of community or that type of personality, because that helps in improving value of homes, and there's just a whole chain reaction, and these small businesses are just so important to that. And from a Sentinel Command Group strategy, we look at small businesses are very similar to major corporations. They actually have a decision-making model that rather than being reviewed by a committee later on down the road, the decisions are actually reviewed by the employees, which in this case is probably only maybe 1 or 2 employees, but it's just as important, because what happens is major corporations review it and then they determine, okay, is there any liability, or what happened here that it went wrong, what went right, how can we improve? Very similar to small businesses, but small businesses, they kind of look at it from a profitability standpoint. So very important decision-making processes. The processes all have to be documented. As I always say, they have to be justified, codified in order for you to make them in a justified manner. So the decisions from a small business and decisions from major corporation, very similar. And it's just something that needs to be compared. Not necessarily needs to be compared, but it's something that can be compared and is also a good idea. So there you have it, guys. Dark Aroma Coffee, our on-site location used in our local business spotlight series this week. And next week, we'll see where we come from. It might be a surprise, or maybe I'll announce where it is later on. But it may or may not be in Florida. That's the hint you get. All right, guys, have a great day. Sean J checking out, and look forward to seeing you at the next podcast. Bye.